Point of view, how we see the world. This photograph is one by Lee Friedlander, taken in New York in 1963. Point of view is the idea that we see things through the eye of the camera. And any shifts to that camera, left or right, changes our point of view. It also drastically changes the way the camera sees the world. It changes the relationships between things in the frame, changes the way things are lined up, and ultimately can create a good photograph or give you accidentally kind of a bad photograph. This photograph right here is one where I think point of view really worked well. Point of view and timing, that is. Point of view, the photographer lined the photo up in such a way that the left and right sides were well balanced, and then the photographer waited for something to happen that he thought was interesting. He waited until that woman was being just chopped off by the door on the right side, and the man's face and belly were being chopped off on the left side. And then the man further in the background is emerging from what may be a reflection in a window, or maybe just way off in the distance. I'm not sure which. It's kind of ambiguous. But if the camera were shifted just to the left or just to the right, we might not have gotten those reflections. We might not have gotten those people being chopped off just where and just when they were. It makes for an interesting photograph. Concepts that we're going to cover in these videos: emphasis, value contrast, line, shape, proportion. In proportion, we'll talk about rule of thirds, and we'll talk about spatial relationships and size relationships, or what I also like to call perspective. Then we'll talk about careful selection of framing, having no accidents. Emphasis. This is the idea that we as an artist can make one thing stand out over everything else in the work of art. And we do this by careful arrangement of the elements. We want to catch the viewer's attention, and we want to keep the attention. This photograph uses value contrast, or having a light subject against a dark background, to make that little baby stand out. That was my daughter when she was just a few months old, and now she's 8 years old. Old photo. Emphasis can also be called focal point or point of interest. Every photograph should have a focal point. So, how do we do it?